Check, check. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Turning Stone Resort Casino, New York's most award-winning resort and gaming destination. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. Happy New Year. This is the first fight card for us in 2022, and we're thrilled to be here in upstate New York at Turning Stone. It's a little cold, but we're inside because it's hot in here. A huge undercard starting at 7:45, featuring undefeated Puerto Rican prospect Omar Rosario, United States Olympian Troll Isley, and Long Island-born welterweight prospect Jahai Tucker. That is beginning at 7:45 Eastern. And then our co-main, a 10-round featherweight battle between Abraham El Supernova and William Encarnacion, both those gentlemen with me on stage. And then our main event, they're with me on stage as well right now, the WBO light heavyweight championship of the world. Joe the Beast Smith Jr. making his first defense of his title against Steve Geffrard. Those gentlemen with me on stage as well. We're going to start with the co-main, and we're going to start down here with you, Mr. Nova. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year. It's your second fight back from a torn Achilles. How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel excited. And I'm fighting a couple miles away from my home city, so I'm excited to, perform and showcase my skill Saturday night.
Second fight as a featherweight as well. What are we going to see a little bit different from you as a junior lightweight?
You guys are going to see, a lot more speed, a lot more agility. Of course, the power is going to be there, and action-packed fighter.
Our main event, your fight as well was COVID impacted. Your official original opponent fell through, new opponent. How does that affect your mindset in camp when you get a new opponent last minute like that?
Well, you go 2 months straight thinking of an opponent that you have a whole game plan set up for that guy, and so they switch up at the last minute. It was a bit, frustrating, but at the end of the day, we have one goal, and the only goal is to win at all means necessary.
Speaking of that opponent, he's to my left here. Our translator is off here. William Encarnacion, welcome. This is his first fight, your first fight away from the Dominican Republic. How exciting is it for you guys to be here in upstate New York?
Primeramente dicen, bienvenido William, es tu primera pelea afuera de tu país, Santo Domingo. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te sientes contento? ¿Te sientes excitado por esta oportunidad?
Muy buena tarde, me siento muy bien, muchas gracias por la oportunidad y vamos a dar lo mejor de mí. Siempre he estado esperando este momento hace mucho tiempo para dar lo mejor de mí a nivel internacional y llegó la oportunidad.
He said, thank you very much for the opportunity, Top Rank, and the opponent for the opportunity. He's been waiting long time for a chance like this, and he's going to do his best on Saturday night to come out with a win.
First fight with Luis Perez, training in Miami. What can we see different now that you've had some training with Luis under your belt?
Well, he's a hard worker. He trained all year long. He also gonna come to take the opportunity. Let me ask him. William, dice, primera pelea tuya entrenando conmigo. ¿Cómo tú te sientes entrenando conmigo para esta pelea?
Me siento muy bien. Ha sido una buena preparación. No tenía fecha fija para pelea, pero siempre me mantengo en el gimnasio y estamos bien, ready.
He said he feel good. He didn't have no fighting schedule, but he always in the gym, never leave the gym, and he feel ready for Saturday night.
You're fighting a former Olympian Saturday night who took the fight on late notice. What have you seen from tape that you think you can expect from him, and what are you going to prepare differently that you may have had planned with your previous opponent?
What I've seen from tape from him, he's a very skilled fighter. He has a very good IQ in the ring. Like you said, he was a former Olympian. He has a great amateur background. So I can expect, a high-skilled competitive fight early on. But coming from me, you guys could see a lot of skills, a lot of power, and a lot of pressure.
Awesome. Listen, I'm going to thank you guys for your time right now. Please place your microphones on your seats. We're going to send you down front for your first face-off of the week. This is our co-feature, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 10-round featherweight battle between Abraham El Supernova and William Encarnacion. This is 10 rounds in the featherweight division. This is our co-main. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to get to our main event, the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. Joe the Beast Smith Jr. making his first title defense. And I'm excited because we're also joined by Joe DeGuardia, president of Star Boxing, sitting to my right. Joe, I want to start with you because obviously we lost his opponent. And what was that process like, the scramble to find Steve sitting right beside me here?
Well, you know, it was a crazy process. I mean, we went 3 days of living hell. My throat's still sore from all the calls and all the phone conversations. But I got to tell you, the one shining light out of it all was these two guys. Because literally we went through over a dozen fighters. And guys were turning it down left and right. The championship of the world. Opportunity of a lifetime. And every one of them, Joe Smith told me yes, no problem. Whoever, after about the eighth guy, he said, listen, Joe, whoever you put in there, I don't care, I'm fighting. So just go make a deal. And on the other side, Steve, as soon as he got the call, this fighter recognized what it was. He said, now remember, he was training, he was supposed to fight. We made the deal on Friday. The next day, he was supposed to be fighting in Florida. He heard about this opportunity. He said, absolutely. It's a championship of the world. And so these two guys, I give a lot of credit, but the time before was torture.
I think that says a lot about both of these fighters, to Joe and Steve. Champ, I'm going to start over here to your opponent because I think, that says a lot about you and the opportunity that was presented. Talk about that for a minute because, as Joe just said, you were scheduled to fight the following night, and here was this incredible opportunity presented to you. So thank you so much for being here, first of all.
Yeah, it's insane. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, both of you guys. I was actually in the sauna when I got the call. My coach, Kevin Cunningham, he was like, you're not going to believe this. They want you to fight Joe Smith for the light heavyweight championship of the world. I was like, really? Wow, because actually what's crazy is I was actually looking forward to Joe Smith versus Johnson. I was going to be, tuning in, and boom, now I'm actually the one fighting for the title, so it's surreal.
Let's get into it for a little bit. You've sparred with the likes of Beterbiev and Alvarez. Can you bring anything from those sparring sessions into the fight? Obviously, yes, but talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, sparring and the actual fight is two different ballgames, but I know mentally that, and skill-wise and stuff, talent-wise, I could wheel and deal with the best. I've been in there with the likes of like Kovalev, Dawson when he was in his prime, Pascal, everybody. So I know I can wheel and deal with the top guys.
What an incredible opportunity. Again, just cannot thank you enough for stepping up and being here. I'm really looking forward to Saturday night. Champ, making your first defense. That belt looks fantastic sitting on your lap. Happy New Year. This is, I think, the third time COVID has impacted this process. How are you dealing with all of this? What's camp been like? And how excited are you for Saturday night to make your first title defense?
Extremely happy to be here. There was a couple of moments where I didn't think I was going to be here today. And, I can't wait for Saturday. I know I have a tough opponent in front of me. He's got a lot of experience. He's been in there with the best. But, I'm just thankful to my team and to the WBO and Top Rank and everybody for making this happen. And, I just can't wait.
I was there when you won the title. How has your life changed since becoming champ? Because, everybody loves you in the sport. Like, I think we can say unanimously that everybody in the sport of boxing just respects you as a fighter, but more so as a person. Just a humble guy who goes along his business, does his job, and then gets in the ring and then kicks ass. How has your life changed a little bit?
I mean, the only thing that's changed for me is that I'm holding this world championship, and I want to keep it that way, and I'm still just as motivated and hungry to move forward and fight the best.
He took this fight on 8 days. That says a lot about him as a fighter, as a competitor. What do you expect Saturday night?
Oh, I'm expecting a tough, hard fight. He's going to give it his all. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity he was given, and I know he's going to come and take full advantage of it, so I'm prepared for it.
For you, Steve, obviously you've heard us say it now 4 or 5 times, opportunity of a lifetime to fight for a world championship. What have you done in the last week to sort of get your mindset in a place? Because we all know you've been training, you had a fight scheduled, you pivoted out of that fight into this fight. What have you been able to do for your mind to psych yourself up? Because at the end of the day, you're walking into the squared circle and throwing it all on the line.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a fighter, especially with an opportunity like this, I'm definitely going to rise to the occasion. And I'm just going to, I keep telling myself, I'm going to show the world, what Steve Geffrard is all about. I have a chance to display my skills on a beautiful platform like ESPN. So it's going to be a great situation.
You mentioned just a minute ago that you were excited for the originally scheduled bout and you were going to tune in. You're going to be in the ring now. You have this incredible opportunity. How do you put your life on hold and take it to a next level so that way it's a competitive fight and you actually have a shot to take home this title?
Yeah, it's a mental thing. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it in the past where guys have either came in short notice or whatever. I think when those belts are on the line, mentally that switch just goes on and it just gives you that much more energy, that much more strength, so it's a mental thing.
When you were announced as the opponent, it did some research. You started your career 0-2. You were dropped by your promoter, and then you went 18 straight.
Yeah.
What was that like for you to start your career in that way, 0-2, and then reevaluate yourself as a person, as a fighter, and then to win 18 straight fights?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was hard, coming from a great amateur background. And then, the 2 fights could have easily been wins. I mean, I had like a headbutt loss and stuff like that. But, I definitely didn't know what I was going to do as far as boxing goes. But I was sparring Callum Johnson one time at the gym. And my manager who passed away, who's actually from New York, Robert Pergament, he used to own those Pergament paint stores. He saw me and he picked me up, which is kind of rare, getting picked up when you're 0-2. And he helped me build up my record, get those wins back. And then I started training with Kevin Cunningham. I had some years of inactivity, started training with Kevin Cunningham. Just got back active again, fought in Del Rey months ago, last March, and boom, now we're here.
I love it, man. Congratulations. Happy New Year, and thank you for being here. Joe, I want to come back to you. These are not easy weekends to put on. What was this process like? Obviously, we talked about the COVID situation with the opponent dropping out, but we're here at Turning Stone, and it has a storied history of fights and events being put on here. What's this mean to you guys in your camp? Finally here. It's press conference day. Tomorrow's our weigh-ins. Saturday night we get to fight. What's this process been like, and what's it mean to you guys?
No, look, it's certainly special. It's great to be here at Turning Stone. I mean, it's the home of the Hall of Fame. We've done a lot of shows here in the past, but it's been a year of crisis with COVID, or 2 years of crisis. Top-ranked ESPN have fought through that between the bubble and everything else, and it really paved the way for the rest of sports. Nobody was doing anything, and that bubble was operating. And it's great that we're able to persevere, be up here on this week and Saturday night, and we're waiting for that bell. But it's great. It's great to be here. Great to be back in action.
Joe, what's this mean to you? It's not the Garden, but we're at Turning Stone, and it's exciting to be here. Like you said, the Hall of Fame is right around the corner, and it's exciting. We're in the state of New York, your turf, You're fighting, defending the title.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to be on ESPN Saturday defending my world championship in front of the world.
Awesome. Listen, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to place your microphones on your chairs behind you, and we're going to do your first face-off of the week. It's exciting, everybody. We are here at Turning Stone Resort Casino. It is Joe Smith Jr. putting his title on the line. Steve Geffrard. It goes down Saturday. Turning Stone Resort Casino, New York's most award-winning resort and gaming destination. The undercards begin at 7:45 Eastern. The main event and co-main event on ESPN, ESPN Plus beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. This is the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-ins.